Finally, it's official. Jerome Powell came on today and announced that the Federal Reserve dropped interest rates half a point. And listening to him talk, listening to him speak, if the data continues to improve, they plan more interest rate cuts over the next year or two. Now, what does that mean for the RV market, the RV community / consumer, and the RV industry as a whole? HBRV lifestyle, they call me the honey badger because I give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. And today I'm going to answer that question. How is it going to affect the RV market? The positive and the negative. And yes, folks, with interest rates going down, there are negatives, okay? Now I'm going to switch back and forth, positive, negative, positive, negative. So if you skip ahead, you might miss something. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section, or you can also email me or send me a direct message through social media. That contact information is in the description box below. Let's start with our first positive. Probably the biggest positive is with interest rates going down, it makes monthly payments more affordable. It actually increases your buying power, metaphorically speaking, okay? This includes mortgages, cars, trucks, RVs, dirt bikes, things of that nature. So it's not limited to just like a motorhome or travel trailer or anything like that. However, there is a however. I've been speaking on this channel and the podcast since August of 2022. We are now more than 2 years of me speaking on this. With interest rates going down, dealer profits will go up, which means they are more than likely going to increase their prices. They're going to increase what they're selling new and used for. Now, let me kind of go into this because most people are going to assume, oh, they're just going to raise things like 5, 10, 15 grand. No, nothing like that. But let's use the Coleman 17B by Camping World as an example, okay? And we're going to walk around a little bit because there's people around, so give them some space. But one of the things we really need to look at is the Coleman 17B. So right now that's at $13,995. Now I don't think Camping World will ever raise the price beyond that, okay? But I'm using it as an example because it's an easy example. So let's say that the rates go down into the RV rates, go to like 5.5, 5.74 over the next year. Just as an example. That's not going to happen, but let's use it as an example, okay? More than likely, a $13,995 trailer will start to be $15,995, $16,595. So it's not going to be MSRP, but they're going to raise their prices to cover the margins. Because let's remember, a net profit, net, that means after they pay the salesperson, the interest, the curtailments, a dealership needs to make between 7 and 9% just to stay in business. That's before they put any money in their pocket. You're like, what? Yeah. I've talked about this several times over the last 2 years. Right now, dealerships are netting like 1 to 3%. For a dealership to stay in business, they need to make 7 to 9%. They have not done that in 2 years. So they've we've seen it. Tons of dealerships have gone out of business, okay? Tons of them. There has been manufacturers that have gone out of business because of this. So what are dealers naturally going to do? They're going to raise their profit margin back to where they need it to be to stay in business. And in some cases, they're going to raise it up a little bit more so they can put some money in their own pocket, since they haven't put any money in their pocket for 2 bloody years. I know that's hard for you to believe, but just go look at Camping World, who's a publicly traded company. They have lost their rear end for 2 years straight. Now, a lot of you are like, that serves them right. okay? I just popped out the microphone. Give me a minute. That just serves them right, because I'm waving my hands around. Oh, you know, Camping World's a ripoff. Oh, RV dealers are a ripoff. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, every business around has to make a profit to stay in business. Oh, with interest rates going down, you're going to pay more money for an RV. It's not going to be dramatic. You may not even notice the difference. In this example, the reason why the price won't go from $13,995 to MSRP is because of a positive thing, which is the interest rate will go down on the inventory loans for the travel trailers. So the super majority of dealerships across the United States and Canada take a loan out called floor plan to have inventory on their lot. And one of the main reasons why dealerships went out of business is those interest payments were skyrocket, right? So it's like the worst thing in the world with this high interest rate is they couldn't make money. So their profit margin was between 1% and 3% if they were lucky. And then they had to write a big check to the bank for the interest payments. So dealerships since August of 2022 haven't really made any money. I mean, look at Camping World. They've been losing their rear ends off for like a year and a half, okay? They're a publicly traded company, so you can look at their earnings statement and go, holy crap. I mean, they are like, who's making money over there, right? Okay, so the positive part is the jump in price isn't going to be like over dramatic. But for those of you that are price buyers, you are going to notice that price increase. And they're not going to discount it because now all the monthly payments have become actually more affordable. So the reality is, as interest rates go down, the prices are going to go up. The dealer profit margin has to go up so that way they can stay in business. Folks, it's not rocket science. They have to make money. Okay, and they can't make $100, they can't make $150, they can't make $1,000. They have to net after initial expenses. I'm going to repeat it again. After initial expenses, the initial expense of selling that trailer or that motorhome, they have to make 7 to 9% to stay in business. Okay, and if you ever want me to do a math one on that, I'll bore you guys to death with a 2-hour video on the math of how that works. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a Camping World or a mom and pop, the math is the same. It's just bigger numbers. But if you ever want me to, request it. I'll do a 2-hour video on that. I mean, everybody will be bored as all can be, but hey, I'll do it, right? Okay, so for both, now this is also a positive thing with the interest rates going down and the cost of inventory going down for the dealer. Even though their prices will go up, they will actually carry more inventory. Now, it won't happen initially, but for all those of you that are like, I can't find any 2025s, and dealers have 23s, 24s, and 22s on their lot. Why aren't they getting anything different? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Well, because the cost of inventory is too high. So as that cost goes down, they will carry more and a better and bigger selection of units. Okay, now that's going to take time. That could take 3 years, okay? Because as interest rates go down, the dealers still have to sell the stuff on their lot. So they still got to get rid of those 22s, those 23s, those 24s. They got to sell them before they can put a bunch of new stuff on the lot. But as rates go down, it will become normal again. Now, let me congratulate everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. Between August of 2022 and September 15th, 2024. Congratulations, you bought in the best buyer's market the RV industry has seen since 2009, 2010. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, the positive news, one of the biggest positive news as well, is all of you that bought RVs, bought travel trailers, bought toy haulers. You guys bought when interest rates were at 10, 11%. Guess what you get to do coming up? It's called refinance, folks. You get to refinance to a lower rate, and you bought those products at a lower price than what's going to be sold over the next 3 years. You guys made one hell of a deal. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Camera. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Give yourselves a high five. Go crack open a beer. If you don't like beer or you don't drink alcohol, crack open an Arnold Palmer or an iced tea and toast. You guys did an amazing job. You guys either got out of a trade into something new, or you bought something for the first time and you guys listened to the Honey Badger, because the Honey Badger gives it to you transparent. And if you guys find this information compelling and helpful for you guys for your shopping experience, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I want to get to 100,000 subscribers and over 1 million views a month by December 2025. I can't do that without you and your help. Okay, so here's the last thing I'm going to talk about. It's a very negative thing about interest rate drops, okay? And the negative thing about interest rate drops is because now, watch this, because now Jerome Powell has hinted out there, the news media is going to run with this thing. So what's going to happen is, instead of saying this is the last rate cut we're going to do for the next year until we see how things go a year from now, they hinted they might drop rates further. So now there's going to be a bunch of skeptics out there and speculative marketing and speculative this. The news is going to be 24 hours. Well, you know, we're in an election. Oh, you know, they're going to drop interest rates again. It's going to be month to month. Everybody's going to wonder, the Fed's going to do it? The Fed going to do it? The Fed going to do it? So it's going to stall the economy even worse. It's not just RVs. This is mortgages. This is house payments. This is cars. This is trucks, okay? Do not get stuck in that wormhole, folks, okay? I have always said, if you were able to buy, if you were ready, willing, and able, you were just sitting on the sidelines and you were waiting for something miraculous to happen where you're going to buy things 10 cents on the dollar, it was never going to happen, okay? Yes, there's a lot of used stuff in the auctions, but there's still retail value for a decent dollar amount. They're not going to go, you're not going to get 2021 $150,000 MSRP fifth wheel for 10 grand. Ain't gonna happen, folks. Sorry. I mean, you can think that all you want, and you could sit on the sidelines going, yeah, I was gonna buy an RV once, man, but you know, I'm just waiting for that one moment. And then you're 89 years old. Oh, you know, when I was 50, I was trying to wait for that crash in that RV market, you know, but I never got around to it. 39 years and never happened, sir. I mean, the reality of all of it is that if you get stuck in the wormhole of wondering whether next month they're going to drop rates or the 6 months now they're going to drop rates again, all you're going to do is stall your life. Don't stall your life. When you're ready, willing, and able, you can always do what? Refinance. You can always refinance. Trust me, those people that bought January of 23, June of 23, January of this year, they're just sitting there going, nanny, nanny, nanny. We're going to go refinance, okay? So just, you know, don't get stuck in what if. What If is a great Marvel series and a great Marvel cartoon. Don't get yourself caught into what if when it comes to the RV industry. Now, one thing I will tell you is that if you guys have questions about how RV financing really works, we're talking about the absolute basics, okay? You want to click on that video right there. Until next time, folks, toolkit and sense of humor.